everyone, welcome back to the Geordie View. And Newcastle United beat Sheffield United 8-0 yesterday. I still can't believe that's just happened. I mean, that is actually the joint biggest win in my lifetime. We beat Sheffield Wednesday 8-0, coincidentally Sheffield United's rivals, at St James's Park 24 years ago. But I was just a baby then. But the biggest away win we've had probably since 1932 or something. I mean, wow. And that's 3 games unbeaten, 3 clean sheets in a row, beating Brentford. We're getting a draw in the San Siro, and then putting 8 past Sheffield United. I mean, yes, Sheffield United, one of the favourites for relegation, along with Luton. But dear me, I mean, the fact we've had 8 different goal scorers as well, just unbelievable. But looking at our starting 11, I was a bit surprised to see Gordon not start. But then again, we kind of got to maybe expect these surprises because European football and all the rotation we need to do. So Barnes started, Wilson started, Almiron started. Tonali didn't start. Anderson started instead. Early on, Gordon, unfortunately, Barnes had to go off injured 15 minutes in, which I was gutted about. But then Gordon came on from him, and we all know how well he played. Sheffield United, I believe, had a couple of chances. I think it was Thomas wasted a couple of them. But the opening goal came. Gordon does really well, keeps the ball in play. I think VAR did check if it went out, but thankfully it didn't. And then he managed to play it back to Longstaff. It's a lovely finish from him to make it 1-0. Always gets his first goal of the Premier League season, and usually his only Premier League goals these days. Usually gets him around this time of year. I mean, by the way, I haven't realised actually this is the 3rd year running he's scored his first league goal of the season on the weekend of the first North London derby. Bit of a coincidence there. But it's a good finish to put us 1-0 up. And then we made it 2-0. Corner came in, and Burn, the big man, gets his head on it. It's 2-0. Uses his height to his advantage. And that's 2 Geordie boys on the score sheet after 31 minutes. And then it was 3-0. Not long after that, another set piece from Trippier. And there was Botman, brilliant header from him for his first goal for the club. Because we know what a Rolls Royce of a centre back he has been so far. And now he has his first goal for the club. It was just crazy. I mean, I think Wilson had a couple of chances before the end of the half. They didn't take, but he did manage to get his goal in the second half. Shah, lovely ball out to Trippier, out wide, and what a crossing from him. And then Wilson was there to head it home to make it 4-0, easy for him. A striker of his quality. Signed a 1-year contract recently, and now that's 3 goals in 3 Premier League games. I know Walter was just a consolation when we had that embarrassing defeat away at Brighton. But as for Trippier, just glad somebody has actually made me hasn't let me down in fantasy football this weekend, because I got Gusto in from Chelsea. He got sent off, but thankfully Trippier, 3 assists and a clean sheet. And it was also good to see Livramento and Hall get some more minutes, like Hall getting his debut after he came in on loan from Chelsea. Livramento did play against Man City, but it was good to see him get some minutes. Usually when games are done, we've got Trippier on the pitch, you usually sub him off, keep him fresh, because he has just turned 33. So there's only so many minutes he's going to be able to handle in a short space of time. Anyway, we made it 4-0. Anderson gave it to Gordon, and just scoring one of those curling efforts that you just knew was in from the second it left his boot and into the bottom corner, and that made it 5-0. We then made it 6. Bruno brought Almiron. Almiron had a goal disallowed earlier for offside, but it's a lovely finish from him for his first goal of the season. He hasn't had the best of starts, but he played very well when he came on against AC Milan. Obviously more helping us defensively with his energy. I remember he made a crucial block late on in that game, and then he's got his first goal of the season. It reminds us a bit, actually, one of the goals he scored against West Brom in the FA Cup in his first full season when we won 3-2 at the Hawthorns. And that was 6-0, so at that point would match the 6-0 win we had against QPR under Rafa Benitez 7 years ago. Funny enough, it was also in September. And speaking of big away wins in September, we'll also manage to match the 7 goals we put past Morecambe under Steve Bruce in the League Cup a few years back. I mean, obviously this feels more special. Premier League opposition and fans were in the stadium. But Longstaff gave it out to Bruno. It's just an easy finish for him. His first goal for the club. Looks set to sign a new deal as well. Just a shame there's a release clause in there, but it is what it is. It's another lovely finish from him, and a celebration again, marking that he's about to have another kid. Bit similar to when Miggy scored against Leeds, when he was about to have a kid. And then we made it 8-0. Sheffield United just giving the ball away. Isak had come on and he beat one of the defenders and then just put it past Foderingham. And that was the game. That was it for the goals. But I think this is actually the second time Eddie Howe has won 8-0 away from home in his managerial career. Also beat Birmingham 8-0 in 2014 when he got Bournemouth in the season. He led Bournemouth into the Premier League, and Callum Wilson, I believe, scored on that afternoon as well. It was just absolutely amazing. We hadn't had the best of starts of the season. We lost 3 games in a row, but now we've won our last 2 league games, and things are looking more healthy. We are 8th in the league. Not really where we want to be, but I'm sure we'll get to back up into the European places the way things are going. And next up for us, a League Cup game against Manchester City at St James's Park. You never know. I mean, Man City have won all the games so far, but you never know. We could stun them and knock them out, like we did in 2014 at the Etihad when under Pardew, when Aarons and Sissoko scored. And also I remember we beat Chelsea. We're in a similar position, just won the league, start the season by winning all the games. Then we played them at Stamford Bridge in the League Cup and got a 4-3 win when Sean Longstaff scored in stoppage time. So you never know what could happen, especially at St James's Park. I mean, I'm not too fussed if we go out of the cup, just as long as we do not get embarrassed. I think obviously the Premier League and doing well in Europe is more important, especially with us being in the Champions League. Whereas with the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, we'll have other times we'll win them. But it would be lovely to get another trip to Wembley and see a win. But before I do go, I do want to send my thoughts to the family of Madia Kuzak, the Sheffield United women's player. Of course, there were tributes to her before the game. Amanda Stavely, I think, laid some flowers outside Bramall Lane. before the game started. But it's a really sad loss, and at only 27. So yeah, rest in peace to Maria Kuzak. And as I said, thoughts, condolences are with her family at this sad time. But that's all I've got to say, really. Don't forget to hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel, check out my social media pages in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.